Hello, everybody, and welcome to Trading Within the Box. It's July 30th here, and we're at the end of the month here. And first of all, this is not a recommendation to buy, hold, sell stocks, Forex futures, or any kind of bonds in the stock market. This is not a solicitation to buy any stocks or any kind of equities. This is an educational video only. This is pattern recognition video. If you'd like to purchase stocks, please contact a licensed professional or the brokerage house of your choice. And thank you for coming. Please like and subscribe and share my channel if you could, if you'd like the content here, and if this helps you out. Okay, so here, July 30th, 2023. I just want to thank everybody for coming, and I want to go over some stuff with everybody here. Okay, so now we are at the top of the market here. Okay, we're inching towards the very, very top. Now, we're not at the tippy top, as you can see right there, okay, right there. We're not at the tippy top. We are at a major supply area right here, okay, so on the S&P 500. So we need to be very, very careful here. Okay, so let's flip the script to the SDS, which is the short, going short, the S&P 500. Okay, let's see first what's going on here, okay? So we have selling drying up, okay, but we did break a major support area, okay? We're on a weekly chart here, okay? So we broke a major support area. So now we're going to see this happen here. We want to see, we have no retesting, we have nothing yet, okay? But we want to just keep a little eyeball on it, okay? So let's say we go a little sideways and then we come back, we hit this area and then we stop, okay? Now, if we break it, the S&P is just going to keep going up, okay? And then we'll just keep following it up, okay? Remember in August, what they did last year, and a lot of times we get that little doldrum of that sideways consolidation thing, and then we get a little bit of drop-off, okay? So let's see what's actually going to happen. So that's something that we're going to have to always look at as we're going through all of this, okay? Now, this is the end of the week, so I want to go through the weeklies here, okay? With everybody here, okay? First of all, let's go over Amgen. So that was something that we were following. Remember, we had mentioned it was coming off the bottom. Now, on Amgen, we have massive volume coming here on the week of July 17th. Okay, now this, if you look at Amgen, and you see here on the week of July 17th, it's a weekly chart. Okay, you had 19.84 million shares. Now, you're coming down here, you're already into this bar here with 12, and that was on May 1st, the week of May 1st. Now you go into the April 24th downdraft bar, and that was 10 million, okay? So keep in mind, 19 million shares, okay, going into 8, and then a swing point of 9 million shares, and that was on the week of April 10th, 2023. So we got a nice little trend here coming. Now we have to be very careful and don't get caught, because I was showing a video on Taiwan Semiconductor to please be out of your shares by earnings, okay? The thing with that was people were in Taiwan Semiconductor, they didn't take their shares off and they got caught, okay? And we had a little bit of a gap down, but then it was buying off the bottom a little bit. And we had seen money coming in to pop it back up a little bit. But that's where you can get caught. So you really have to be careful. On the date of the earnings for Amgen, that is going to be on August 3rd, okay? Very special day, okay? August 3rd. So right here, you have a sideways consolidation, okay? And you have a little bit of a break, but then they sold it right at the resistance area, okay? Let's see if we get, now trading within the box, let's see if we can get up and above this, okay? Let's see if we can get for 242.13. Today it's 236.37, okay, on Amgen, okay? So that's something that we're going to have to be looking at and watching, okay? We're going to follow it. Now, I drew these little green areas because as you look at those little green areas right there, that's actually where the big buyers were, okay? I drew where the big buyers were when I saw the buying coming in, okay? The big buyers are right in this area. So between 232 and 234, there was a big monster buyer coming, okay? And you actually could see it on the volume right in front of your face right there, and that's where it was. It was right there, okay? Right there. So they like, as I always say, they like that price at 233 right now. Okay, so we got to get this thing to break out on Amgen. Okay, once it breaks out, it broke out, but it sold off again in that little resistance spot. Okay, we had a little bit of a sideways movement there. Okay, for the week. Okay, so that's something that, now let's go over to the 2-hour chart and let's really see what's happening here. And we have a little bit of choppiness. Okay, and that's what happened. It dipped back into the buy zone. Okay. And right there, it dipped back in, and you had a little taking of profits right there. Okay, came to support, and you're in the buy zone. Okay, now you do have higher lows here right now still. Okay, so let's see what happens. Right now, you're at support again on Amgen. Okay, you could take it down. Let's take it down to a 45-minute chart because we'll see the volume. Okay, now we look at the volume here, and we're just drifting up here a little bit. Okay. Drifting up in a small little channel. Okay, so here's the channel, and you start getting some buying here, you could end up getting right up into this area right here, which is, actually, let's bring the chart back a little bit here. Yeah, it would be almost into that new resistance area, 2240, 76. Okay, so it's something that we're gonna have to keep watching. If you want to micromanage it, go to a 15-minute chart, and you could see as it starts getting bought, you'll see now over here, there was a little accumulation on a 15-minute chart and then an engulfing. Sold off at the resistance area. Now is this holding at a higher low here? Okay, see it? See, as we're pulling back here, is this a higher low on Amgen? And then boom, we start taking off. And we break trading within the box right here, and then we break out, okay? And then they'll start buying again. Okay, so that's something that we have to look at on Amgen as we're going through this here. Okay, Duke Energy, I just want to do because we've been going and watching that one very, very close, and I typed in the wrong symbol there. Okay, let's go over weekly now. We're at the end of the week here, so we have to look at the weekly chart. We have to see what's actually happening here, okay? So we were in here at 89.74 and we sold it at 96, okay? So that was a completed trade, okay? You can actually see my blue arrow where I got in and where I got out. So as you see here on Duke Energy, actually let's go back to the weekly chart, and we're going into the downdraft. Now, we had a little bit of a sell taking a profit here, okay? So now we're coming into the buy zone here again, okay? So we got up and above, and let's see what happens here, okay? If we're going to make an M and then fall back again, that could very much happen, okay? So we do have on Duke Energy, watch the earnings date. Write it down in your book, put it in your calendar or wherever you put it, and know where you are, okay? And that's on August 8th, okay? So we got to be careful there, okay, on Duke Energy with earnings, okay? Now we're drifting back to support. Now, are we drifting back here with lighter volume? So we came up with 2.69 million shares. We came back here with 2.56. So we came back with a little more volume than we did the last few times. This time when we came back, we came at 2.1, 2.2. Then we came back this time 1.9 and 2.28. So 2.8 and then 2.56. So the selling is increasing slightly up in this area. And of course it is because you're in the supply area. And the supply area is right there. Okay. So they usually retest these. We'll see. How we'll know is we'll go to a lower time frame. And let's go over to a 2-hour chart. Okay. And the 2-hour chart, as we see this, you see how it's drifting to the support area. Where is the support area? Right here. Okay, right there. Okay, and that is in the 93 range. So let's see though, because it could drop into the buy area, and the buy area was down in 92-ish. Okay, so they could drop it down a little bit. So right now on a 2-hour chart, we're in a downtrend on a 2-hour chart. Go over to a 30-minute chart. We're in a downtrend on a 30-minute chart, okay? Okay, so you see, sorry about that. I just moved my buy area, okay? So you'll see that happening, trending down, and we're waiting, just waiting for it to start. You'll see it start coming up. You'll get boom, then you'll get the breakout. You'll get, like you had down here, you had that little W with the engulfing with the nice volume. Okay, then you came back to support. Okay, then you had to get up and over. Once you got up and over, off to the races. Okay, on this. Okay, so that's something that you have to know where you are. Okay. Let's go to the next one that we're going to go over here, and we're going to go over GDX, okay? The gold miner stocks, because right now GLD is in limbo, and it's pulling back, and that's something that we were in. And let's see what's going on here on the weekly chart, okay? So now we had a fourth peak here. So let me show you something here on the GDX, okay? Where the W. Okay, we came up with bigger volume going into the swing point. We knew it was going to break out. Okay, so how did we know that it was going to break out down here? Just showing you a pattern here really quick. So we have a swing point, okay, right here. We pull back with lighter volume. So we come, okay, let's go. There's a weekly chart, okay? So right here on September 26th, the week of September 26th, we had 169.5 million shares. We came back into that with 112. So we knew we were going to hold support possibly. So now we're looking like a hawk, okay? So now we know we have a swing point with 151, almost 151 million shares, and then we're coming up with 107. So we're not there yet, okay? The next week coming with 113, okay? We're at 150 there. Now, boom, we get a capitulation candlestick, okay? Right here, off support. Capitulation candlestick, increasing volume, okay, with 166, I'm pretty sure that was 166 million shares going to 150. We know we're blowing this away, okay? We know we're going to blow it away. Then we go to the next swing point with 93 million shares, and we know we got 166 behind us like a locomotive. We know we're going up to the resistance area at 27.33. So if we took this trade at the close, let's say in this area right about here, we're 25.13. Okay, so we got a nice little profit there for, let's say, $3. Okay, this is a trade. Remember, this is just a trade. Okay, so now you know that you come back. Okay, you come back and you blow this away right here. Now on GDX, you come back, they pull back. Okay, pull back with the W formation. Okay, so when we had let's just look at a Fibonacci retracement here for a second. So right here now, my Fibonacci retracement levels, okay? So we came into the 0.618, which is a big buy area. We know we're holding the trend, okay? So I took out the other ones just not to confuse everybody, the other levels, okay, on the Fibonacci. Okay, so we came into this area right here. We got the W formation, okay? And we came into the 6.618. We have a stochastic all the way on the bottom on a weekly chart, okay? This is massive because we know, like a hawk, we have to be looking here to buy because it came back to the 0.618 retracement, okay? So that was a thing of beauty. So we go, oh, man, we're in. This is unbelievable because it's holding the trend, okay? So let's just get rid of this. So okay, so now we come in and we come in blasting up with 210 million shares. So we know we're safe. Okay, we're never safe, but we're getting close to being in. Okay, so we got 210 million shares. We go into this with 131 million shares on January 30th, and 104 million shares at the swing point. So we know we're taking this swing point out. So here we are loading up. They loaded up this week, so why couldn't we? So you always have to wait for that pullback first to support, and then you want to get in because you know it's confirmed right here that we're going up, okay? So that's weekly. That's how we're managing this weekly chart area here. Now, we come up on the week of April 10, 2023 with 125 million shares, and we push up with 128 million shares, okay? So now we got more, but we're going to take a rest, and we're going to pull back, okay? So now we know that we're getting ready for another buy here, okay? Okay, now let's take the Fibonacci retracement. Let's see how we're doing here, okay? Let's see if we're holding trend. Okay, and so far we are. Okay, we're holding trend. We're in the buy zone. Okay, where is that buy zone? Right there. Okay, it may not be exact, okay, but when you get this thing up and going and you get up to $37, and let's say you're at, all right, you're not going to get it, let's say, down here at 29. Let's say you get it somewhere around here at 31. Okay, that's a thing of beauty right there, okay? So right now, again, we know that we're holding trend on this pullback, okay, on GDX. Okay, it's something that's the gold miner stocks, okay? That's ETF for the gold miner stocks, okay? So let's look at our time here. So we have about almost 10 minutes more to go here, okay? So now you pull back with your W on a weekly chart here. Now, if you go down, you come up with the engulfing, you're going to pull back. Now, we're going to be looking at this swing point here on this weekly, okay? So we want to know if we're going to be confirmed going up, okay? We don't have that yet, okay? We have a little increasing volume, expansion of volume increasing on the way down this week, but we're going into the July 10th bar at 119 million shares going down with 96 million, okay, 96 million here, okay? So we're coming in with light volume. This is something we want to watch like a hawk now, okay? Something we're watching like a hawk, okay? GDX now, the daily's pulling back all the way, okay? So we have big buyer, big man buyer right there, okay? We got the gap. It's in the gap, okay? So we have support in this spot right here. So where's the support? Okay, support is right in this area. Trading within the box, okay? So that's something that we have a break step pattern here, okay? Right here, we have a break step pattern, okay? We're stepping down. We could go a little sideways and then keep going down a little bit. Now, when we want to try to catch this, okay, let's write a log or something, and we know right now we have more. Now, in a 2-hour chart, we have more sellers than buyers right now. So we're not in. We're obviously not in. Okay, but it's something that we want to put down and we want to watch, okay? We want to watch this. This is something that we're licking our chops for, okay? So that's something that you want to keep watching. Now, as you go to a 45-minute chart, you see that we have more sellers than buyers, okay? You see here, when you put your chart back here, okay, then you look down here and look at the buyers that you had in this spot right here, 45-minute area, okay, down here, and then look at your sellers down there, okay? So as you're looking at it, that's what you want to keep in mind. Always keep that in mind, okay? Let's go back to our weekly chart, and, okay, we want to look at the next stock here and the CME group, okay? Now, I did a video on the CME group, I think it was a few weeks ago, okay? Now we're at July 30th here, okay? So now look at the CME group. Now watch the higher lows. I'm trying to talk a little faster because I want to go through all these within the time frame that we have. Look at the higher lows. We got higher highs, okay? We have beautiful volume, beautiful volume, beautiful volume. We have beautiful volume here, okay? We have increasing volume there, weekly. This is weekly, okay? Now, you could get a pullback. You could get a pullback and then get another thing to the upside. So let's look at the 40,000-foot view here because I want to see actually what's going on a monthly chart and look at the beauty. Now, this is the thing of beauty here. Look at the W formation on CME Group, okay? Now, be very careful with earnings, okay? Now, earnings are in October, okay, when we get to that level, okay? Now, as you look at this candlestick, we still have another day to go here, but let's just say we have 26 million. Let's say we have like 29 million shares we're going into this thing with, okay? So we're coming down with 29 there, okay, 26. We know we're getting up and above that. Now we're going into 35. So we have to get a little bit more volume coming in to this area to start popping into this spot right here, okay? So that'll be monthly. That's going to take some time, okay? Now, as we go up, we see that we have on a weekly chart, we know we have more buyers than sellers right now. We get the W formation. Okay, this reminds me of Home Depot a little bit, this setup. And then we get the pop and the breakout. Now, watch trading within the box here, okay? Right there, okay? you popping above and you closed higher. So that's why I like trading with the box, because I could see the box of trading. Okay, where am I going? Where am I heading next? Okay, so now we go 8.63 million shares right into this, and we take it out. Okay, next little swing point here, 6.74, coming down 5.83, 6. Okay, so remember the 8.6. Okay, this is on the weeks. Okay, now you're coming down. You're already past this point, so let's go to the next bar. Okay, you have 7 million shares. So we can get up to this area here, right into the spot at 215-ish. Okay, let's see what happens. Let's go. Let's take this off really quick, and we're getting close to our time here to cut this video. But let's just look at here on the daily chart. Okay, so on the daily chart, okay, you know you're in resistance right now. Okay, so you want to get this pullback. You want to get this to pull back. Okay, so now we just had earnings. Okay, on July 26th. Okay, so we popped up to the upside. Now we're in resistance. So now if we stretch this, we want to pull back to support first. Okay, at the 196 weight, and then we want to see 203. Okay, so that's something that we want to watch. 45-minute chart really quick. We still have buyers in here. Okay, we still got the good buyers in here. Okay, so we know we're being held up by these buildings here. They're holding us up. Okay, they're holding us up. Okay, right there. Okay, so that's something that I wanted to show you on the CME group. Okay, that was a nice trade and a nice setup, and we were watching that for a few weeks there. Okay, that's something that was a good one. Goldman Sachs, really quick. Now we go over the weekly chart on Goldman Sachs, and you can see where we had gotten in right here with the blue arrows. Okay, and that's where we sold with the red arrows here, right there. Okay. So that was a thing of beauty. It was just a beautiful, incredible trade. Okay. So on Goldman Sachs, you see here going in with on the week of July 17th, came with 18.8 million shares. Okay. Going 13, 16. Okay. So this is something that you can get a little higher. Now you're in a supply area, but you could, because you have good volume, you could test this 360. Well, first, let's say we test this 360 to 369. Okay, let's see. Okay, so now that's something that we have on our board, and we want to keep watching. Okay, very strong. Now pulling back with lighter volume. Look at the divergence in volume on Goldman Sachs, pulling back the support. Okay, you have a sideways consolidation here. Now we love these, remember, because we want to see if it's going to break this way or it's going to break this way. Now, if it breaks north, okay, see the end? you're gonna go about as high as this sideways consolidation is. So you can go to you can get it up to first the 365 first, let's say, and then maybe 372. So that's something that you're going to want to watch on Goldman Sachs. Now, this thing could pull back and give you a pullback right into the buy area, which is right here at 343. Could happen, so let's say we have less selling volume. So right now, it's the probability of that is probably not so. Might just be going drifting back here. Okay, right now there's no buyers in here, but there were. Look where the buyers were. You can't hide that. You cannot hide that guy or group, and you can't hide that group. Okay, so you're coming into that group with nobody. Okay. Absolutely nobody. Okay. So that's something that you want to look at. Now, let's go over. I'm trying to rush through these fast because we got a few more minutes, and I think we have a few more stocks here. So we got DHR. Okay. Let's go over DHR. Now, DHR on a weekly chart. Okay. We have increasing volume. Increasing volume. So I guess it got overbought a little bit. So we're in a resistance area. So this is something that we want to try to get if we can get a pullback, maybe not. Now you have massive volume coming in here. Usually, sometimes that'll be a flush out of money and you'll get the little pullback. Okay, so you had 18.9 million shares and 26 million shares. The average is like 14 or 15 or whatever. So you're looking at 27 million shares, okay? going to 13, 14, 18. This swing point's 15. This one is 12. This downdraft is 15. And this swing point is 9 something. And we're in this area right here, which is 15. And okay, so this is something that we want to watch. Now, DHR, okay, is massive buying here, okay, over the past weeks. Look how many weeks, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 weeks. And you had the accumulation down here of massive loading up, okay, on DHR. So watch DHR. You got the W formation. You come in with the engulfing, increasing volume. This is textbook, okay? This is textbook. Okay, now, really fast because we are almost over the limit here in our time, okay? So we go here and then look at this, okay? So look at this massive. So the earnings come in and you got massive buying by the day here, okay? You had massive buying before it too, okay? You get up and above and now you have a little bit of a sideways. You have a little cluster here, okay? So that's when I have to know. I know my resistance for the time being is at 266, and I know my support is around 255 to 256, okay? So I go to a 2-hour chart. I want to see what's happening, okay? I got massive volume holding me up, okay? I know I'm safe around here somewhere, okay? I got support. I want to get this, and then I want to start getting the engulfing to shooting up to this level, okay? That how we're going to know that is let's go to a 45-minute chart, okay? Just keep breaking it down, okay? We had the massive buyers right down here, and down here, okay? And then right here, support, okay? Now you're trading within the box again, and then boom, we want to get the blast off, okay? And that's something that you're going to be watching closely, okay? It's something that you got to watch closely, okay? One last one, J&J, before we go. Let's go to J&J because that was another one. And I had done videos on this weeks ago. And look at it, how it worked out. Okay, it was a thing of beauty. Okay, higher lows on the weekly chart, holding a major support line there, massive increasing volume. And now, I mean, this is massive. We should get up to the top of the range here, okay, in this 180 range on J&J. This is July 30th here, and it's 174.48. Okay, so we got massive buying, but we could get a pullback or we could just keep going. I mean, that's something that we have to, this is now becoming a power stock. Look at the massive buying in this area. Massive buying, okay, between 170.27 and 174. So if we can get a break, and if not, just keeps closing higher, we stay in, okay, on J&J. Now, let's go to 45-minute chart, and we have a beautiful post pattern here, and we're in resistance now, okay, and we see some sellers coming in, as you can see, but very small amount of sellers. We got mostly buyers. With that said, I want to thank everybody for coming. July 30th here. Please like and subscribe my channel. Please share my channel, and I hope this helps you with the patterns. And have a wonderful weekend. And happy trading next week. And be careful. S&P 500 indices are at the top right now. They're all at the top. So I just showed you individuals, but they're at the top. So let's be very careful as we creep up here. Okay? Have a wonderful day. Thank you for coming.